Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I'm Victoria.
And I'm Tony. We're so happy you're here with us today. How are you, Victoria? How's your day going?
Pretty good. I had my coffee this morning, so I'm full of energy. What about you, Tony?
I'm doing great. And I'm extra excited because today we're going to do something very special with our listeners.
That's right. Today, we'll check your English level with 4 little stories, from A1 to B2. And after each story, Tony and I will talk about it, explain some words, and give you tips.
So listen carefully. If you understand the story, that means you're at that level. If it's too easy, keep going with us until it gets harder.
Perfect. Are you ready, listeners? Let's begin with our first story at A1.
Story 1. A1 Daily Routine. Anna is a young girl. She wakes up every morning at 7 a.m. First, she opens her eyes and looks out the window. She sees the sun. Then she gets out of bed and goes to the bathroom. She washes her face and brushes her teeth. After that, Anna eats breakfast. She eats bread with butter and drinks a cup of tea. Sometimes she also eats an apple. At 7:30, she takes her school bag and goes to the bus stop. She goes to school by bus.
That was a sweet and simple story. What do you think, Victoria?
I liked it. The sentences are very short. She eats bread. She plays with her cat. That's A1 level.
Yes, and the vocabulary is easy. Bed, window, cat, rice. If you can understand these words, you're doing great.
I especially liked the part about her cat. Even with basic English, you can talk about your family, pets, and daily life.
So, listeners, if this story was easy for you, that means you are A1 or higher. Ready for something a little harder?
Let's go to A2.
Story 2. A2. Anna wakes up every day at 7 a.m. She gets out of bed and goes to the bathroom. She washes her face and brushes her teeth carefully. Then she eats breakfast. She usually eats bread with cheese and drinks a cup of tea. Sometimes she eats fruit, like an apple or a banana. At 7:30, Anna walks to the bus stop and takes the bus to school. She usually arrives at school at 8. In the morning, she has 5 classes. Her favorite subject is English because she enjoys learning new words and practicing pronunciation. She also likes art class because she loves to draw and paint. At lunchtime, Anna eats with her classmates in the school cafeteria. She usually eats rice with chicken and drinks water. After lunch, she talks with her friends. Sometimes they play games together in the schoolyard. When school finishes, Anna comes back home. She does her homework at her desk. After that, she helps her mother in the kitchen. Then she goes outside and plays with her cat in the garden. In the evening, Anna has dinner with her family. They talk about their day. After dinner, she watches TV for 30 minutes or she reads a book. Finally, she goes to bed at 9:30 p.m. She is always tired, but she feels happy.
Okay, that was a little harder, right?
Yes, because now we have more details. For example, she usually eats bread with cheese, not just bread.
And we also have words like usually, sometimes, after. These connect the ideas.
Exactly. At A2, you can talk about your daily routine with more variety, like food, hobbies, and even your favorite school subject.
I love that Anna says her favorite subject is English. Listeners, what's your favorite subject? You can practice by saying, my favorite subject is math. My favorite food is pizza.
If you understood this story, you're probably A2 or higher. But don't stop here. Let's move on to B1.
All right, let's hear the next story.
Story 3, B1. Anna usually wakes up at 7 a.m., but today she woke up a little earlier because she had an important English test at school. She quickly washed her face, brushed her teeth, and prepared breakfast. She ate toast with honey and drank a cup of green tea. While eating, she reviewed some vocabulary words in her notebook. At 7:30, Anna left home with her school bag and walked to the bus stop. The weather was sunny, so she enjoyed the walk. On the bus, she listened to an English podcast with her headphones. She tried to repeat some of the sentences quietly to practice her pronunciation. When she arrived at school, Anna went straight to her classroom. During the test, she felt nervous at first, but she remembered the words she had practiced in the morning. That gave her confidence, and she finished the test on time. After lunch, Anna and her friends stayed in the schoolyard. They talked about their favorite music and movies. One of her friends recommended a new English song. Anna wrote the title down so she could listen to it later at home. In the evening, after finishing her homework, Anna listened to the song and looked at the lyrics online. She repeated the sentences and even tried to sing along. It was difficult, but fun. Before going to bed, she felt proud of her effort.
Now that was definitely more advanced than A2. Did you notice how the story included not only daily actions, but also thoughts and feelings?
Yes. For example, she felt nervous at first, but then she remembered the words she practiced. That's much deeper than just, she eats breakfast.
Exactly. At B1, you can explain reasons, feelings, and even small stories inside your daily routine, like Anna preparing for her test.
And did you catch the phrase, on time? That's a useful expression. Listeners, repeat, on time. It means not late.
Also, Anna listens to podcasts and songs in English. That's a great tip for our listeners, too. If you can do this, your English will grow much faster.
So, listeners, if you understood this story, you are probably B1 or even higher. But don't stop here. The real challenge is coming. B2.
Ready? Let's go for it.
Story 4, B2. Anna's day began earlier than usual because she wanted extra time to prepare for her school presentation. Instead of eating quickly, she prepared a healthy breakfast, oatmeal with fruit, and a cup of black coffee. While eating, she reviewed her presentation slides on her laptop. She practiced aloud, checking her pronunciation and making sure her sentences sounded natural. On the bus ride to school, Anna sat by the window and listened to a documentary podcast in English. The speaker talked about climate change, using complex vocabulary. Anna didn't understand every single word, but she tried to guess the meaning from context. She even wrote down a few new expressions in her notebook. At school, Anna gave her presentation in front of her classmates and teacher. At first, her hands were shaking, but as she continued, her voice became stronger. She used phrases like, "in my opinion," and "for example," which made her sound more confident. After she finished, her classmates clapped, and her teacher congratulated her. Later that afternoon, Anna joined her English club, where students practiced discussions on global topics. Today's topic was how technology is changing our lives. Anna shared her opinion, listened to others, and even asked questions. She made a few mistakes, but she corrected herself and kept going. That night, Anna reflected on her progress. She realized she could now express her ideas in English, not perfectly, but clearly enough for others to understand. she felt proud and motivated to continue improving.
Wow, that was impressive. At B2, the story included complex ideas like climate change and technology.
Yes, and notice how Anna didn't just describe her routine. She explained her feelings, her opinions, and even gave a presentation.
This level uses connecting phrases. In my opinion, for example, at first, later that afternoon. These make the story flow smoothly.
Exactly. And at B2, you can join discussions, share your perspective, and correct yourself when you make mistakes. That's real communication.
So listeners, if you could follow along with this story, congratulations! You're at an advanced level. But don't worry if it felt too difficult. That just shows where you are now and where you can grow.
And remember, if you understood the A1 story, great. If you made it to A2, even better. If you survived B1, that's amazing. And if you followed B2, you're doing fantastic.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed these stories and learned something new.
Keep practicing every day. Keep listening and keep speaking. And don't forget, think fast, speak fluent.
If you liked this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to TalkieCast.